Hi, welcome, and please, if you can tell us what are your full names?
My name is Shekhinah Nkole and I'm 12 years old.
Okay, that's great. I'm just going to ask you some general questions from the Bible. What is the first book of the Bible?
The first book of the Bible is Genesis.
Okay, that's great. And maybe tell us the first 5 books of the Bible that you know by heart.
The first 5 books are Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy.
Oh, that's very great. Do you know who wrote the first 5 books of the Bible?
The first 5 books of the Bible were written by Moses.
That's good. Okay, tell us who are the first people that God created?
Adam and Eve.
Okay, and which garden were they living in?
They were living in the Garden of Eden.
Oh, that's powerful. Okay, how did the children of Israel end up in Egypt? Do you know the young man who was sold by his brothers? What was his name?
His name was Joseph.
Okay, what was he doing and why did the brothers hate him and ended up selling him to Egypt?
Joseph was a young boy who went and tended the sheep. However, his brothers were very mad at him because they thought that their father Jacob loved Joseph the most, more than all the others, even though they worked harder than him.
So what can we learn from Joseph? He was young and he was dreaming. Is it important to dream big of what you want to become in life?
You always need to dream big because you need to be able to set yourself goals so that you can be able to reach them, and you need to commit to them.
Okay. Does God help us when we have all these big dreams?
God does help us when we have these dreams because He wants us to be the best that we can be, and He wants us to achieve great things.
Okay, there is a book that we are reading and there are some 7 goals. It doesn't matter which order they come in. What are some of the 7 habits that Covey has written about that maybe can inspire you? What are some of those habits?
The habits are: be proactive.
Be proactive, that's great.
Think win-win.
Okay.
Think with the end in mind.
Yeah.
Seek to understand to be understood. Synergize, sharpen the saw.
Okay.
And
that's very good. Setting your priorities or first things first. Okay, in the Bible we find this character Moses. Of course, we know Joseph was sold to Egypt. How did his family end up in Egypt?
After Joseph was sold by his brothers, he ended up becoming the leader because there was a famine. So he prophesied, because Pharaoh had a dream, he needed somebody to interpret that dream so that he knew what was coming for the future. They then called Joseph, who interpreted the dream, saying there will be 7 good years, but then to come there will be 7 years of famine. So Pharaoh asked Joseph to be the leader and prepare for the famine so that they will not starve when the famine does come. Okay,
that's very good. So they stayed in Egypt and all that. Okay, that's great, and it's good to hear of what happened to Joseph. And now they are in Egypt, and every family member went to Egypt. Did Joseph revenge against the brothers who sold him?
Joseph decided that he needed to check whether his brothers were still loyal. So what he did was he got one of his cups and he hid it in the youngest brother Benjamin's bag. Then he said to all the brothers, "Can you please open your bags because I think one of you has stolen something."
My cup. Okay.
My cup. And then they opened the bags and they found that Benjamin had the cup. However, when Joseph said that they should send Benjamin to the dungeon, all the brothers pleaded that they have already lost one brother, they do not want to lose another one. So Joseph realized that the brothers had now realized what they had done was wrong, and revealed himself to them and showed them that their brother was not dead, but he was still alive.
Okay, so they stayed in Egypt for over 430 years and ended up in slavery. There was a man that that God raised to go and deliver them out of bondage in Egypt. What was his name?
His name was Moses.
What does Moses mean?
Moses means drawn out of the water.
Drawn out of water. That's powerful. How did he end up as a leader? How was he born?
Well, Moses was born during a time where Pharaoh was very against the Hebrews. He decided that so that there weren't many Hebrews that would be able to take over the kingdom.
Or the boys, in short.
He decided that he should kill every baby boy that was being born. But Moses' mother did not want Moses to die, so she decided to place him in a basket and put him in the water.
Okay.
After going through the river, the princess, Pharaoh's daughter, found the basket of Moses and said that she should name him Moses as he was drawn out of the water.
Okay, that's great. So he ended up delivering the children of Israel later on. Okay, thank you so much for the short Bible quiz, and lovely to have you talk today. Thank you so much, and God bless.